everybody. Ceka getting ready to do a video now. Ceka getting ready to do a video now, and hold on for a minute.
You hold on for a minute.
Alright, so she's getting ready to do a video about how we should take abuse. And if you guys can you go grab some wounds real quick for me before I give it to her. Hope everybody had a good day today. I did. I feel good. Still fasting. Everything is going well. I feel energized. I definitely feel different. So I'm excited about the way I feel and what it's doing for me. I can definitely tell that the fruit is absolutely working for me. So what I'm intaking is absolutely good. I absolutely feel good. 1 second, let me finish. There's new people coming in. Can you guys go grab some wounds for me? Help us get some people in here so Ceka can start the video. I'm gonna give it to her here in just a couple minutes. To the ones that's just now coming in, if you haven't heard me, Ceka gonna be doing a video here shortly as soon as I grab some wounds. And if you guys can you grab some wounds for me? Go grab 2 or 3 sisters, get them to come in. It's gonna be a pretty deep one. I think this is gonna lead to some heavy conversations today. 11. Alright, Ceka. Alright, Ceka gonna take it now. Peace. Love you guys.
You just push the bottom button right here to get out of there.
Okay.
Peace, family. Peace. Hold on. Quick fast update. I'm feeling really rejuvenated. This fast is heaven sent. I fast a lot of times, but this time's a little different. The length of time that we went in and is everything that we just abstained from. And so we have 2 days left. Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah, we have 2 days left. And like the post I did, I think last night or the day, I don't know. It's not just 2 days. Now, this is a lifestyle. I'm staying mostly raw, and if I do outside of raw, it'd definitely be alkaline, like following the Dr. Sebi's way. So spelt noodles, lightly stir-fried wounds. My aim, or our aim, is to eventually go. Oh, Luna says peace, y'all. She's with the baby, and we had to make a run. But I forget where I was going. Oh yeah, anyway, lightly stir-fried wounds or whatever we decide to make, because I like to cook. But our aim is to be eventually all raw. This is the best life. Like, I can't stay away from the juices now, even though we're having the wounds. I won't stop juicing. My body literally craves these micronutrients, and it knows when it's not in it. Even now, the day is 26 days. Mucus still coming out. Our bodies are so filthy. Mucus still coming out. Like mostly in the AM, I'll get a little cough and the mucus will come out. I mean, but that's a lot better because I've been struggling with this for a minute. Like, this time last year, I was April, May, June, 2 months into quitting smoking after smoking for over 30 years. So I had bronchitis. real bad. I coughed. You know, I had smoker's cough. And then sometimes I would cough myself into a wheeze. It would flare up my lungs, flare up everything. And then I couldn't breathe. I wound up in the hospital a couple times because of bronchitis from smoking. But Source helped me and my will and determination to break that last year. So that's gone. So I know this in me is just all my food intake. Stuff that I've taken in my body that's pushing its way out. And I do everything to help it. Like today, I think today I had 2 mangoes, a lot of water, and cantaloupe juice. I'm in love with, I'm addicted to cantaloupe juice right now, but that's better than being addicted to the beer, cigarettes, and meat, and all that other stuff. That's my new addiction. We're creatures of habit. Either that or the conversation that the cantaloupe juice is having with me, my body needs. So it keep calling me to put it back in. Anyway, so peace. I love you all so much. Thanks for being a part of this journey with me. And another thing, going into this talk, how we should take abuse. My intake is bringing me to this light that I'm about to bring you now, because I don't have all of those addictions and all of those I don't know what to call it, those substances, because food is a substance. That shit crazy. All of those toxins in my body that I'm not reacting toxic. I'm realizing, you know, I'm not my same reaction. I've been abused. I've been abused my whole life. I've been abused in relationships because I have a really, 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 really good heart. I've been abused with family. I've been abused with friends. I've been used, like a lot of us have. But a part of me being abused, I retaliated. Don't get it twisted. I had a good heart, but I could flip that shit and be a bitch. Y'all know the way I talk. I'm strong. So imagine me being abused, that reaction that you're going to get. I retaliated, but I'm so sharp with my tongue and so witty with my mind. The things that I would just say to somebody will be so left field. I'd feel bad later, even though they were wrong and I was defending myself. I would feel so bad. I had so much regret over things that I did in defending myself. But then I convinced myself, well, fuck that, Ceka. Nah, they wronged you. You have a right to defend yourself. You know, and I constantly had these conversations with myself, like, but then why do I feel so bad? I felt so bad because I wasn't being the best version of myself. I felt so bad because I was allowing other people to take me out of character. Hold on, let me put the phone down for a minute because a police car right here. But to take me out of character. And that's why I feel bad. And what I'm realizing now, that there is a way to accept abuse. First off, let me say this. Why do we accept it? Why did I indulge in those conversations and say things that I regret it later? Because misery loves company. And just like that being that I was with, that being that abused me, my mother, father, sister, cousin, whatever it was, that friend that abused me, I obviously was miserable too, because I stayed to endure the abuse. I stayed to have the conversation. I stayed to have the argument. I stayed to have the regret. So that meant something was wrong with my ass too. As sweet as I was to them, something was wrong with me and missing in me, and me not loving self enough that I would stay in a situation like that to force myself and then force myself to do things that I regret later. So I'm coming to terms to realize how you take that abuse. I've been abused recently. I've been abused by a close friend of mine recently for the last 2 days. And I couldn't retaliate the way I normally retaliate. When they was like, fuck you, my whole I thought first. I didn't just get heated first, and I took it. I ate that one. Because I said, if I say fuck you too, you stupid bitch, and all kinds of shit that can come out my mouth, that is not being the best version of myself. So I looked at them like, You know what I said to him? I said, I'm not going with you. I'll eat it, I said. I'm gonna eat this one. Like, that's right, you're gonna fucking eat it. And whatever else they said to me. And I did. And then they pushed my button some more later on yesterday. And then I got out of character. And then I shut it down again. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. I'm okay here because it's just my choice. How do you take abuse? You get the fuck away from it. You don't absorb that. You remove yourself from the situation. I'm realizing that because I never did it before because I was as toxic as the abusers were. It's why I took it. You got that on the thing? You got, okay. It's why I absorbed all of that maliciousness and evilness that I allowed people to do to me. Like past relationship, my very last relationship before the one I'm in now. And I thought I cleansed myself from it. Because I stayed to myself for 10 months after that relationship to cleanse myself from a 9-year relationship. But I come to realize, no, that abuse sits in you. You got to release that shit. You got to get it out. You got to talk about it. You got to deal with it, write about it, cry about it, fast about it, meditate about it. But don't let that shit fester in you. Don't let nobody tell you that to just let it go. No, deal with it and let it go. Find ways to deal with that because that abuse sits in you for a long time. Because even though I was out of that abusive ass, crazy ass relationship, and I hope her crazy ass see this shit, even though because me trying to save her life and her children, y'all know I don't have children, and she had a whole crew of them. She made a whole nation by herself, and I provided for her and her children and loved her and her children and was abused like I was nothing. But my heart couldn't imagine leaving the children in the situations they were in, leaving her in the mind state she was in. And I fought that shit for 9 years. But for 9 years, I was fucking being abused. And I thought the abuse went away as soon as she apologized. And then it happened tomorrow, and then the next day, which made me look back at myself in those 10 months that I was alone before Luna, and was like, no, something was wrong with me. Like, what's missing in me that any of that shit was okay? I mean, if I even told y'all some of the things that was just said to me, you would probably upchuck. Disgusting. Because they knew I was on a righteous path. And they knew it was certain things I wouldn't do and certain things I wouldn't retaliate against. You know what I mean? But I would sit and do that argue back shit with you though. But even today, I don't feel like that. That's not what I want to do with myself. That's not the place I want to be in. That's not the being I want to look at in the mirror. That's not me being the best version of myself. Because after I have an argument with you, then I gotta look at me. I have to still be with me, and everything that I just said and did, I gotta live with. And you can't make me go there. You can't force me to be somebody I'm not, that I don't choose to be anymore. I need all the toxicity, if I said that word correctly, because it felt funny as shit, but I need all of that shit to leave my system. So how do we deal with abuse? Get the fuck away from abuse. That's the only way to deal with abuse. Because if you sit around dealing with abuse, then you are miserable. They not just a miserable one, no matter what you say. And if you truly are the victim, if you truly are the victim in your circumstance, you're there for a reason. You're there because you lack confidence. You don't feel like you can provide for yourself. You don't feel like you want to do it alone. That means you got a problem too. That means you are miserable to sit in some bullshit like that where you're being abused and you're a beautiful person. But you're not being a beautiful person to yourself. You're not being a beautiful person to allow this. You're not even being a beautiful person if you retaliate in anything ugly. And that's what I was doing. I was retaliating in my ugly, in the ugliest shit that I could be, and just sit with myself like a fucking jerk. Like, I can't believe I just said that. Or I can't believe I just did that. And again, like I said, make excuses for myself. Is the exit 265? Mm-hmm. Okay. I couldn't, I don't know what the fuck I just said. But basically, I just couldn't believe I became that person and had to sit with myself and then deal with myself. Don't allow people to push you out of character, because y'all saw that situation that happened with the 2 girls. And that was real. Like, I really just sent them love because that's the person I choose to be. You don't have to take me. I don't have to go where you go in your misery and whatever the fuck is wrong with you. That's your shit. And your shit don't have to become my shit. The fire in me is against the evil to my people. That's why y'all see me fired the fuck up and talking shit. Because I don't like the evil that's being done to us. That's where our energy should be. That's where that fire should be, because it's calm. Like in my new intake, as calm as it make my being on the normal. As soon as I start spitting knowledge, I get fired up. And I just realize my being is electrified. I don't know, I don't get them Caucasian people that that's the sweetest little vegans and shit, and they all humble. No, that's not electrical food do to you, but maybe that's what it does to them, because we have more shit to be electrified, like melanin. And when that melanin spark, that shit catch a flame. But you just have to know where to use it at, know how to use it the right way. And now I'm starting to understand that. Because I got that fire in me, I just ain't got it for you. And I'm not going to allow myself to be abused by anybody. I just walk away. You can walk away from that. You don't have to indulge in that. Love yourself enough to be able to sit with yourself. Love yourself enough to be able to sit with your choices. Don't have regrets. Don't have regrets because you hurt the people you love. But this being that hurt me yesterday, close friend of mine, that hurt me yesterday, the regret is hers. And I told her, I'm not going there with you. The regret going to be yours, not mine. Because I haven't wronged you. That's just your shit. Whatever's coming out of you and your toxic and your shit within yourself. And I don't have to indulge it. So I feel like a superhero today. I feel like I defeated something today. I did it. I carried myself in the best version of myself. I mean, I had to slip up in the midst of all that shit, but I snapped back. Like, no, this is not what I want to do. And I snapped my shit back. So now I could truly, like, for the first time in my life, sit here and be like, I won that. Yeah, I was told fuck you several times and fingers put in my face and fuck you, but I won that with myself. I won. Because I felt my peace somewhere. I don't know where the hell it came from, but I felt my peace. So my advice to y'all is the best way to take abuse is to get the fuck away from it. Allow them to abuse them goddamn selves. Because it's going to hurt them more. If you're a good person, it's going to hurt them more than it hurt you. I cried yesterday and today, and it's still in me. I'm not finished crying about it. I'm so fucking hurt. Because even when I was saying, like, I'm not going to do this with you, I still got all this negative shit at me. But at the same time, I'm happy because I won. I won with myself, not with them. I won with me. I defeated a demon within myself. And today I became the best version of myself because I have to practice that now because I like the way it feels. I love the way I feel right now. And a lot of that, y'all, it got to do with that shit in your system. That beer not in me fighting against me to be the best version of myself. That toxic ass, them hormones and meats and shit and dead flesh and shit is not in my system fighting against itself where I can find my inner peace. That motherfucking cantaloupe making me happy and peaceful as shit. So cleanse yourself, y'all. Cleanse yourself out. Share the video for me if you haven't already. Share the video for me. Cleanse yourself out. Even if you do it for like a week, feel the difference. Like I said, I'm 26 days. And a week ain't gonna do it, y'all, on some trill shit. Because the first 8 days, I thought I was going to die. I'm telling you, when I did that video, I wasn't fucking lying. I thought I was gonna die. I didn't know how I was gonna make it. I felt like telling dude, I got to eat. I got something fucking wrong. Like, but shit, I was weak. Like I was gonna pass out. Like my whole system broke down, but I pushed through that shit. And there was something on the other side of that. It was life on the other side of that. That death had to fight through my system. All them fucking ibuprofens, just everything that I took, the beer, all of that shit had to fight out of my system. And I tell y'all, when y'all go in, be ready for the fight. Ain't nobody saying it's gonna be easy. Somebody tell you a fucking 7-day fast is easy, they lying. in a 28-day fast? No, it's not going to be easy. It's just going to be worth it. You are worth that. You feel me? We live every day of our lives stuffing our face with death. We can take a moment out to the self and put the goddamn forks down and regain ourselves, regain our righteousness, regain your righteous mind and your electrified body. Because how can a righteous soul live in a contaminated body? And I'm sure I still got contaminants in me. 26 days ain't clear that shit out of me. But I'm willing to keep fighting though. I'm willing not to add to that shit. I'm willing to keep putting health in myself. I never really got it like how the mind is affected by the body. I knew it was true to hear it, but it's different to experience it. It made sense because you know I gotta break everything down to get that connection. I got that in overstanding. Now I got it in wisdom. Now I got it because I'm experiencing it and living it. Clean your bodies out, y'all. You owe yourself that. And to those who already done it, kudos. I respect you. Keep doing it. Spread the message. Tell somebody else. Tell your mother. Clean the children out. Keep doing it. Get better at this. Because I really feel like I will be settled in this shit in a year. Because you still get your thoughts. Just from the situation that happened, I wanted the goddamn Milwaukee's best ice. I wanted the fucking beer and just go somewhere and chill the fuck out with that shit and play the drum or something. But I fought it. I took a ride. I took a walk. I've been walking the last 2 days, and that's what's up because it sparked me to go get in my exercise regimen. Because instead of me allowing that shit to fester and go making a bad decision, I went and took an hour walk and talked to Source to get it out my system. I put it into something positive for myself. Because I kind of felt defeated. The pride was in there a little bit. I'm allowing somebody to talk to me like that. But I knew what was best for me to do. So I hung up the phone and went and took a walk. Still in my system when I woke up today. Got the fuck up and went and took another walk. It wasn't out. I'll be probably walking for the next month off of this shit just to get it out my system. But put that energy into me, into something positive so that I'm growing. I'm growing with the disagreements of other beings. I love y'all. See my baby? Hey, hi, Dewey. Hi, baby. And there go Tila. Big fat one. I shouldn't have called his name. Alright, calm him down. Calm him down. Lord. So I'm just giving y'all, I'm just giving you wisdom. The wisdom as I'm learning it. Right now, this is fresh for me. This was new for me, but I know it's my intake. I know it's the conversations I'm having with my food. The conversation my food is having with my system. Because I feel the calm that I can't break the calm. If I wanted to. That means I'm having good conversations now. And I want you to have the same. I choose that you experience it too. I desire that you do. Go for it, y'all. Y'all physically looking at me, watching me change. You can see it in my complexion. The beer is out my system. In my iris. The beer is out my system. It's out my brain. Most importantly, it's out my brain. Which is affecting everything that I do. Because my mind connects to the brain. And that's how we fuck up. Because when our conversations, no matter how good your mind is and how beautiful a person you are, if the ship you in that you are connected to is not working right, because what you take in goes to that organ called the brain. So even when the mind talks to the brain got some shit going on with it. It's contaminated. The receptors are blocked in the brain where that soul being, that beautiful soul in there, is your beautiful person. And you're trying to do the right thing, but the body is fighting you that you're in. All the commands come from your brain. Your mind gives the commands to the brain gives it to the body. So if the body is contaminated, the brain is contaminated. So your brain itself is working against your mind. See? Be renewed, y'all. Feel renewed. Thank you. Be renewed. Luna, are you here? If you on this live, Luna, holler at me. That's all I want to say. I love you, Lynn. I'm gonna call you in a minute when I get off of this. Fight, y'all. Fight all of it. It all has to go. All the toxic shit has to go. It has to go. In order for you to stand in your righteousness, and that's all that matters, is that we're standing in our righteousness and reaching our ascension. What the fuck is ascension? You have to ascend. You have to graduate Earth. That's why you have all these past lives. I've seen the different beings I was. All these past lives I've had. I keep coming back because I failed. I'm not failing this time. I'm getting the fuck out of here. And I ain't coming back until this place is utopia. We done came down here, all of us, in one of the worst fucking times. What the fuck we living in? Just direct me, book. Which way I'm going? You feel me? We done came, huh?
1.3 miles, you're gonna make a right.
Alright, okay. We done came down one of the worst times right now. Share the video, y'all, if y'all haven't, please. One of the worst times is it's just all of the biological warfare. It's just demons just walking the planet. Demons just walking this place, y'all. Demons walking in and out of us. We eat demons. We down here tripping. I ain't coming back because I don't know what the fuck is gonna look like next. If this shit ain't destroyed, it's just gonna be just straight a horror movie. I ain't coming back. I'm graduating Earth. But as a matter of fact, that's not even a point because I did make it. I did make it, and I'm sorry, because in 2012, I was sent to the council where I was told to come back and aid. But even in me coming back, I was chilling somewhere else. Whole nother fucking planet, me and Luna. I had to come back here to aid. But even in that, I had to shake shit off first, all over again. I'm not perfect, y'all. I grew up in abuse. I got scars on my body to prove the abuse. The real kind of abuse, some abuse you never even fucking heard about. Being 9 years old and hung up on a fucking ladder from the ceiling and beat for 2 hours with an extension cord. I still wear the marks. That's not the worst of the story. I done been through it. I had to come up out of all that. I'm like, you want me to do all this work? Why the fuck you give me these people to raise me for? I don't deserve nothing like that. I was always a beautiful soul. I was always the calm, quiet child, the one who did good in school. I like to talk a lot though, my Gemini. My Gemini always like to talk. I had a brilliant mind on me where my mind working solution. I call it I salute things with this mind. I don't know to this day what did I do to have to endure the shit I had to endure because I was always willing to do what I came down here to do. I was always willing to be obedient, so I truly don't even understand that. Why I had to go through the shit I had to go through. Just tell me what the fuck to do and you know I'm gonna do it. Okay, it's not this one. That's when they say 0.4, that means 4 blocks. I done been through shit. I done slept on the street because of my lifestyle. My family don't like me no more because I'm gay and I'm 15 years old and I lived on the street for 3 years and ate out of trash cans. Starving in the wintertime, nowhere to go, y'all, nowhere. Nobody took me in. Couldn't get a job. I was too young to work. Oh, Ceka not perfect. Ceka been through it. Social services couldn't help me. Finally found somewhere to go. A Caucasian man helped me. It's my testimony today. Caucasian man helped me, but he fell in love with me. And then he was excited about me because I was a virgin. But because I wouldn't give myself to him, he moved out of the apartment and left me, a friend, in there. 15 years old, don't know what to do. We sat in that room, in that bed for 10 days straight with no food. I almost died in that bed. I almost died until I looked at her and saw her death. I saw death in the eyes. I called her Mousy, of my Mousy. She was my first lover at 15. She was older than me. And I got it, thank you. I saw death on her, and when I called her, in my weakness, could barely speak, and I called her name, she didn't move. And that's what got me up. It scared me so bad. The adrenaline got to rushing in my body, and I'm saying she's dying. So I did my best, and I couldn't pick her up. I was ashamed because I pulled her off the bed when she hit the floor real hard and dragged her to the bathroom and put her in a bathtub of water, watching her die. I took the school ring off of her finger. I'm 15 years old, y'all. I took the right here. I took the school ring off of her finger, and I went outside and I begged people to buy this school ring. It's a $200 school ring. And this girl noticed me. She was like, "Is your name Angel?" I told y'all that's my birth name, Angel, from my parents. "Are you Angel, Mac's daughter?" My father named Mac. I said, "Yeah." She said, "Remember me? My name Peaches." She's about 20-something. And I was like, "Yeah, I remember you, Bridget's sister." She said, "What you doing out here and your father got all that money?" I said, "I ain't got time to explain it right now, but I got a friend upstairs in this apartment building that's dying." I said, "All I have is this gold school ring." The fucked up part about it is she bought it from me. She didn't give it to me. She bought it from me. She gave me $10 for the ring. And I'm like, how the fuck I'm gonna feed us for $10? My hustle started coming in. My daddy hustle started coming out of me. What I'm gonna do now? Hold on, y'all. What I gotta do?
Make another right on Country Club Road.
Okay, thank you. So I said, I took that and I went down the street to the Chinese store and I got some cookies and milk. Cause I knew that shit would swell up in this. So I ate some on the way home and I just started stuff right here. No, how far? Tell me.
1 block.
1 block.
I'm at 1.0 miles.
Okay, it's 1 block. So I started stuffing her with cookies and milk just enough to get some life. A real funny story came after that though, because after me heard it was this gay guy named Richard, real little faggot kind of guy, real soft kind of dude, feminine is the word I'm looking for. And I don't know, shit went on from there. We wound up going down the street. I told him I had money. I lied. I took some roaches out the house and put it in a napkin. They didn't know what I was talking about. I said, we about to go eat. We went into the restaurant. I told him, I said, order everything you want. Hustling, 15 years old. I said, order everything you want. They ordered all kinds of shit. Everybody ate and was full. I told my friend though, I said, don't eat that coleslaw though. She was like, all right. So she didn't eat it. So then they was like, how we paying for this? How much money you got? I said about $8. They was like, no, you need more money. And I took the roaches out my pocket and put it in her coleslaw. I said, no, I'm going to tell them this shit is contaminated. They looked at me and ran out the store and left me in there. It was funny. They was like, no. Okay. And they ran out, so fucking I ran with them. And this shit lasted all day. Cops was chasing us. It was all kinds of shit happening from this. I'll tell y'all the story one day. Anyway, that's just that hustle spirit. Shit I've been through. You feel me? Abuse. I kept going back home though. I kept going back home to those abusers who left me in those situations because they didn't like my lifestyle, but I was a beautiful person to them. My lifestyle had nothing to do with them. So then that put me on a campaign to fight for my lifestyle. I think that's partially why. No, baby, no. You saw that dog. Tina, no. Partially why I had to go through some of the things I had to go through so that I could come up out of it. So I could be a testimony for those who's in those situations. For those who's not loved just because you're a lesbian or because you're a gay guy or some shit. No, I love you. You deserve love like everybody else. And you are special. I stand for you. I stand as a righteous lesbian. I fight for you. And you, being who you are, you can save a soul too. Don't let them tell you that you're contaminated and you're filthy and you're the devil's child. Just stand in your righteousness no matter what you're doing. If you are a junkie, you can come up out of that shit. A lot of us become junkies because of the other shit that we're going through in this fucking life, and we trying to find these substances just to escape. Stop escaping. Don't escape no more. If you want to escape, get the fuck away from those motherfuckers that's abusing you. No, don't abuse yourself some more. Don't go get fucking high because they abusing you. Y'all about to make me cry. Hold on.
Peace, y'all. Peace. She having a moment, but that conversation is heavy. And she's actually right. Get away from it. She's right. You see, Imama Sankofa. It is the truth. Hey, I don't know what to say behind that, because she was absolutely, she hit it right on the nose. Get out, get away from it. You don't have to tolerate that or allow yourself to be abused. And I will tell her that you said thank you and Libra love, child. And Melissa, yes, I'll tell Ceka that you love her. I know it is enough to make you cry, but hey, the truth does hurt. The truth hurts. She's speaking the truth. So many of us go through this kind of stuff in silence. We don't talk, but that's what we got we means. We absolutely got we. When we talk about the things that we go through or that we tend to tolerate, and it's all part of our healing process. And this is just part of the healing right now. It's part of the healing. Mubina said, release it all, Ceka. You are loved and appreciated. Luna said, baby. Imana Sankova said, we do need to escape the abusers, not using substances to escape the reality. So much wisdom. Luna said she love you.
Sorry, y'all, just had a moment. It brought a lot out of me. Because it's not just, which way I go? Broadway, somewhere, right? Right or left?
Speedway.
The next one. It's not just my abuse, you know. It's the abuse y'all go through that I heard about. And then the solutions that you think you're creating these solutions for yourself and just hurting yourself. But you're not alone anymore. We're not alone anymore. We have each other. For real. Do something different. Talk about this shit. Come in the Coven. Talk about the shit. Talk to us. We hear you. We've been through it. Some has been through worse. And that's what I try to do with myself. I try to keep myself in the mind of beings who've been through situations worse than mine, which make my situation not look so goddamn bad. Don't hurt yourself because somebody's abusing you. I'm not going to go get that beer. I'm not hurting myself no more. I'm not. I can't. I'm going to love myself. I'm going to use that energy and love myself with that energy. And y'all do the same. Love yourself. Just get away from that shit. I don't give a fuck where you come from and what your background is. Fuck the naysayers. You got family. Sister, I don't give a fuck what your situation is. You have a family now. You got somebody who's going to accept your lifestyle. You got somebody who's going to accept you being limp. You're going to accept you being broken. We accept you. You are accepted and you are loved. You're not alone. And you don't have to go through it alone. Left?
Yeah, no, right. You can
right? We're not going through it alone no more. If it only be the 1,200 of us, then you got 1,199 sisters who got your back. The way to deal with abuse, y'all, is to walk away from it. You're so much more beautiful than that. You're so much better than that. Just make the right choices. Make the right choices where you don't have the regret. Then you're becoming the, how they say that? You're becoming the change that you seek. Become the change. Do something different and make yourself proud of yourself. Share the video. Make me proud and share the video. Do something different, y'all. Okay, I'm at my destination now. I love y'all. I'll see y'all next time.